Go.
Good afternoon, Falcons. Principal Neal here with your weekly announcements. First of all, I just want to acknowledge that I know all of our thoughts and hearts and prayers are with the full UNCC community with the tragic events that occurred on their campus on Tuesday. I'm wearing green, and I know all of us are really thinking about all of the students and staff and again, families that were involved. So if there is anything that you need, if your family was directly impacted or it just raises questions for you, please, please, please take advantage of the amazing counseling team that we have here on campus. We have had some transitions with our counseling team this year. Mrs. Glass is on maternity leave, and then Mrs. Thompson just left to go on maternity leave. But I want to remind you that we do have a fully staffed counseling team still. We have Ms. Grome, who has joined us to support, and we have Mrs. K. Neal, who has joined us to support. So if there is anything you need, please do not hesitate. And again, of course, a huge shout out to Ms. Stevens. In addition, the events on Tuesday and also the recent lockdown drill that we had just remind us of the importance of having really strong safety procedures at school. So just a few notes that I wanted to share with you. The first is to make sure if you have any concerns that are safety related, please make sure you report that to an adult around you immediately. Even if you're not sure, that's okay. Just let us know so we can investigate and have confidence in terms of safety. Secondly, we do also have the counselor referral form. So if there's something that you want to share anonymously with a counselor, you can request that way. And of course, there's always email. You take your Chromebooks home as well, so you can always just email me if it's something where you don't want to, talk to someone in person. But of course, we hope that you feel comfortable doing so. Also, just be sure to take lockdown seriously. So we had a lockdown drill recently. It was a drill, it was a practice session, but you never know if it's a drill or if it's the real deal. And there can be lockdowns for a lot of different reasons. We could have a lockdown because there was a robbery at a store nearby and they're simply putting the school on lockdown as precaution to make sure nobody enters our campus that shouldn't be. There also could be a lockdown because there's an actual threat on our campus. So we have to take everything seriously. With that, always, first and most importantly, listen immediately to your teacher's directions. This is not a time to be calling anything into question. When an adult gives you a direction, just follow it so we can make sure everybody is where they need to be, safe and sound. When time is of the essence, we may not have time to fully explain the why. We just need you to follow the directions. Secondly, make sure that you're staying silent and you're staying alert and focused. Next, if there is an actual threat on our campus, make sure that you are hiding or you are barricading yourself in as needed. So for example, when we had that lockdown drill recently, there were a couple of students that were in the hallways at the time. We hope that you can get to a classroom, but if those classroom doors are already closed, go in the nearest restroom, hop in a stall, hide up on the toilet, whatever you need to do to make sure that you are out of the way, that you are secure. If you and your teacher or group of students are in a classroom and there is ever a threat or someone who's trying to get in, push the filing cabinet over, push the desk, barricade yourself in, but make sure that you are being an active part of keeping yourself safe. And again, your teacher will help give you those directions as well, but I want to make sure you know that. And I hope this is never ever the case, but should there be a threat that is very real, there's someone who is trying to harm you, then run, fight, right? We want you to do what you need to do to stay safe. And again, I hope that that is never, ever, ever the situation we find ourselves in, but I want you to have confidence in knowing what to do. Transitioning from that, as we get ready for the next week, we do have our last track meet tonight, so a huge congratulations to our track and field participants and coaches. Tomorrow night we get to recognize Coach Pierce. She's being recognized as a MEC Ed Teacher of Excellence on Friday, so please congratulate her when you see her. There is a Right Moves for Youth celebration for their end of year events coming up next week. Progress reports also go home on Tuesday and Wednesday for all students, so please make sure if you have any missing work or anything you want to do to bring up your grades before progress reports go home to your parents, take care of that. 8th graders, be on the lookout for more information about your end of year events. There will be important forms that your parents need to sign and some things that cost money that you need to bring in, so make sure you follow those guidelines. And an important reminder about dress code. I know it's warmer out. I know sometimes people are wearing smaller straps or shorter sleeves or whatever it may be, but please make sure it's very important. Garments need to be fist length all the way around, not just, wrapping a jacket around behind, but it needs to be fist length all the way around. There are no leggings. Pants should, if they are tight, they should have working pockets to distinguish them from a legging. So consult the dress code on the website as needed. Thank you so much. Have a great week.